Hi guys, my name is Isabella Greene. Today I would like to share with you part 2 of my experience of non-physical twin flame connection. This happened recently after I had the intense emotional processing of judgment, guilt, shame, and unworthiness. And you can watch that video here on YouTube or on Facebook as well. So once I got that out of the way, the next date with my non-physical date with the twin flame happened and literally blew my mind. During the processing of these issues, the issues of judgment, both for humanity overall and in my own life, at the end of that processing, I was co-creating the state, or pulling myself onto the timeline, onto the state of being of complete acceptance, full acceptance, both internal and external acceptance. And the next day, the next night after that happened, while I was doing that, I recognized that I really had no idea what it feels like. A lot of us probably have no idea what it feels like to have internal space of non-judgment and external space of non-judgment, this space of full acceptance of self. So I did my best in creating that state of being, experiencing that state of being, and slept on it. And the next night, I went into meditation. There was no work in that meditation. It was just meditation for fun and for enjoyment. And that energy, the twin flame energy, or the twin flame part of my soul, came in to visit. I love this because this has been happening. You can watch the part 1 on my YouTube here, but the part 2, like the visits have been happening, and so it came in really intensely and literally took me into the moment, or into vision of us, our very first interaction in this 3D reality, because I was transported into a specific place, actually around Sedona, a specific location around Sedona that I know. I go hiking there quite a bit, and I all of a sudden in my meditation I'm experiencing that I'm walking along. There's a creek there, so I'm walking along the creek, and the next thing I'm experiencing is looking at myself walking along the creek through the eyes of a male body, through the male body, the men. And as we see each other, the connection is so intense. I literally am in that vision. I'm experiencing myself twice, right? Like one time I'm experiencing my soul inside of his body looking at me, and I'm experiencing my soul inside my present body looking at him. And the recognition and connection I described in part 1 of this, but here there is such intensity because I'm feeling no judgment. I am experiencing zero judgment, and I am observing zero fears from my end as a female here. Of course we all have these, like, oh my god, my hair, my nose, my eyes, my wrinkles, my, that whole thing like that. I'm experiencing zero of that. I'm experiencing complete presence and confidence and calmness, and just looking at him. And at the same time I'm experiencing him as myself, and he is looking at that woman, and there's zero judgment there at all. There's only that soul recognition that's happening. And there is soul recognition, and like that is instant love connection. And then I'm seeing myself through his eyes, so I'm experiencing him looking at me, and we come closer and we'll look at each other really really up close, you know, and I see that he's looking at my face and he's looking at my physical form, but there's zero judgment there going on. There is that full acceptance, that full presence. I'm experiencing all that as him. I can see myself inside his body. I can see my arms, and I can see my, you know, he puts his hands up and I can see that it's my hand. So I'm experiencing meeting this self, you know, this physical human being being met. So I'm experiencing this guy who is also me, meeting me in that space. And what it is that he sees, what it is that he feels. And again, there's absolutely zero judgment there. There's just that presence and connection and soul recognition. And it's feeling, he knows that I am that part of his soul, and I know that is my other incarnation, literally my parallel incarnation that I'm now able to look at but experience through him as well. And so talking about multidimensional brain, right, as you like in parallel experiencing two different perspectives, one from male perspective, one from female perspective. The next thing here is that, you know, so we moved around quite a bit in that vision. So we were at the creek, then we were at other locations together, and I can see his eyes looking at me, and at the same time I can see his physical form looking at me, and I'm experiencing both things simultaneously. So I'm looking at him, and my soul is seeing him, my physical eyes are seeing him, and he's looking at me, and I am, from my space of meditation, I'm experiencing both at the same time. And there is absolutely no judgment. There is that state of peace, love, confidence, acceptance. He can very clearly see me. He's not blinded. He can very clearly see me, knowing my personality, knowing my, you know, whatever things that I would think would be, I don't know, uncomfortable for somebody, or that people might not like. You know, that's that whole internal inner judgment thing. He knows all of these things. He knows because he's me. So he knows all of these parts of my personality. He also can see all of my physicality in its entirety, and there's full acceptance there. And I tell you guys, that feeling is unparalleled. It didn't match exactly what I co-created or what I created in my meditation the night before, the space of acceptance, the time of acceptance. It was stronger than that, because it was doubled. It was literally doubled for both people, or two parallel incarnations of the same soul in two physical bodies, experiencing and sharing the space of complete acceptance of each other within the human experience. Powerful stuff. All right, so just wanted to share this really quickly with you because that blew my mind. That was so intense. Wow. So where else are we gonna go? So let's see if there is twin flame, non-physical twin flame connection part 3. I'll keep you guys posted of what happens in this part of my non-physical life. Take care. Thank you for tuning in today. I love you. Namaste.